Welcome back. Joining me now is Executive Director of EnergyCare, Tim O'Day. Tim and his team at EnergyCare have been working hard to provide year-round energy-related services for low-income and vulnerable St. Louisans. Tim, thanks for joining me today.
Well, thanks for having us. I appreciate it.
Sure, thanks. Tell me about what you and your team do.
EnergyCare helps people stay warm in their homes in the wintertime and cool in their homes in the summertime. So during the summer, we were installing free room air conditioners to people who have no air conditioning. And then we switch in the fall to weatherizing people's homes, providing electric blankets and heaters and smoke detectors to vulnerable people, and also helping with utility assistance.
Wow, is that the primary focus of your company?
Most of the people are looking for utility assistance. There's an overwhelming need in the St. Louis area for utility assistance. We got over 1,400 calls just last month for people looking for help.
Wow. Does the season predicate the amount of calls you get?
Yes,
sometimes?
we can tell the temperature changes by the number of phone calls we receive.
Right.
So as soon as it gets cold, people need help staying warm in their homes. In the city, a lot of homes are old, poorly insulated, and very drafty.
Sure.
So seniors are very cold inside their own homes when there's windows that are letting cold air in, or loose doors or any kind of air filtering in from the outside.
Sure. That brings up an interesting point. With the homes being so old, what kinds of challenges do you face with new energy regulations and new energy saving opportunities? Where do you find some of your challenges?
It's very challenging. The homes in the city were built before people were thinking about energy efficiency, so most of them are very energy inefficient, and people who are on fixed incomes pay a much higher percentage of their monthly income on utility bills, which means they have less money for medication and food and other necessities.
That's right. Tell me about what really prompted your company's response to this need. How did that become
EnergyCare
what you
was
focused
founded in the early 80s by a very dynamic nun, Sister Pat Kelly, and she found a particular niche for people in a climate like St. Louis, which is very cold in the winter and very hot in the summer, and people really have a difficult time keeping the indoor temperature right when they're faced with that kind of climate.
Sure. Share some of the successes then, because you guys are definitely getting a lot of calls, but I'm sure you're responding pretty well. Tell me what's working.
Well, what's working for us is when we work with someone that needs energy assistance, we do a home visit to kind of assess what other interventions that we can offer. So sometimes it's a weatherization, and we can do that with our staff or with volunteer groups who come in and put up heavy gauge plastic around the windows, which keeps the draft out. Other times people want an electric blanket so they can keep their thermostat down during the night, so that at least they are not using as much gas or electric as they would have been.
And be able to save those precious resources.
Particularly older people like to at least have one room in their home where they can stay warm.
Right, and in particular, not going to be moving all about the house, as much. So it's probably very welcome.
And we want to discourage people from doing dangerous things like keeping their oven on with the doors open, or keeping boiling water on the stove. It can be very dangerous.
Tell me about boiling water being risky.
Some of the older people use that technique, and if it's boiling on the stove all day, it can either dry up and then catch on fire, or if they have kids, a kid could knock it over and get really hurt. So it's a very dangerous way.
Sure, maybe a short time for humidifying, but not left on and
but
going.
people get desperate when they're cold.
Understood, understood. There's more with Executive Director Tim O'Day after this break, so stay with us for more STL Live.